And today we are going to be reacting to apparently, cooking for $3 a day challenge. So I guess dollar a meal. So we're gonna be reacting to a dollar a meal. So if you like these types of videos, make sure to drop me a like to let me know. Comment down below, what other videos you want me to check out next, and I'll be sure to do so. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel and make sure to check out my live streams over at twitch.tv/TCHplays if you'd like to be part of the chat right here and automatically be shouted out in my videos, or interact with me live and see what I record next. But without further ado, let's get just right to the video.
Today we're cooking for $3 a day, and I'm not talking about a
meal, I guess.
sad day today. We're not gonna do instant noodles for every single meal. We're gonna try to balance nutrition and fun and just overall quality of food and enjoyment into $3 a day. We're gonna do 3 meals, which means the average meal is gonna cost $1. So let's try to do that. So for breakfast, I thought I'd go for an oatmeal situation, but this time I'm gonna go for a savory oatmeal, something that I've never done before on the channel.
That's
I'm gonna make a
interesting.
miso green onion oatmeal. And it's gonna be delicious. Check it out. I discovered the world of savory oatmeal recently after being so bored with the same old sweet oatmeal vibes. This particular dish showed me how the true limit of the power of oats is yet to be revealed to me, which is a great position to be in. For this, I would go for a larger grain rolled oat just because it's gonna lead to a way better texture despite the longer cooking time. You wanna take a big pot like this and start toasting your oats with nothing in the pan. I don't know if this step is placebo to me, but I feel like it does something to the taste, almost like a bit of a toasty flavor addition. Anyways, once you're bored by that, add 1.5 cups of water, and we're gonna need some more water on the side just to add gradually. That's because I like treating this like a risotto. The oats are slowly going to release their starch and it's going to naturally thicken the dish, not unlike risotto rice. But you need to be patient. Keep adding water when you feel like things are getting too dry. I personally prefer a less dense creamy oatmeal, so I'm probably gonna add more water than you. And you can pretty much stop this process whenever you feel like your oatmeal is cooked enough. And from here, it's time to flavor our oatmeal. I will first add a teaspoon of miso paste. This is a paste made of fermented soybeans, and it packs so much umami flavor. 1 pack of this is pretty pricey, but it's going to last you so long. Like, you only need a teaspoon at a time. I'm also going to chop 1 green onion. I'm reserving some of the greens for topping purposes, and I'm giving those a finer chop. So I'm adding my green onion in and just stir this to get it incorporated. Then I'm going in with some dark soy sauce and some toasted sesame oil. You can use
treating this as sort of
sauce,
like a porridge.
Deeper flavor.
Like, instead of using rice, he's using oats, I guess.
Yeah, this is pretty much done. On the side, I'm also gonna fry an egg, so I'm dropping it in some oil on medium-high heat. I want to get those crispy edges. I'm also using the oil to baste the egg to help the whites cook faster. And yeah, just get my oatmeal in a bowl, top with the egg and some of those green onions. And also I'm adding some sesame seeds, but don't tell anyone. And yeah, this is a 60-cent nutritious breakfast. Here's the price breakdown if you're wondering. So
that's kind of nice.
Here, if I calculated correctly, this is around 65 to 70 cents, which is crazy. And honestly, this is way more than a portion for me. I just put it here because it looks pretty in this big plate. Goes so well with this crispy egg. So we're off to a great start. Let's see if we can keep the momentum going. For lunch, I'm gonna take a can of tuna and make something very special out of it. Tuna can be pretty expensive. Oh, no pun intended. But you can definitely find cheap cans of tuna in places like Aldi, especially if you buy them in bulk. So what I'm gonna do is a bit of a tuna burger, I would say. So let's start off by making the patty itself. So it's pretty simple. This actually ended up making 2 patties, believe it or not. Deposit your tuna in a bowl, add a chopped scallion, some breadcrumbs just to hold things together, 1 egg, and then season it with whatever, including salt. I had thyme and paprika. I also added just a few capers here for a bit of an acidic kick. Another trick is to add a touch of flour. This creates a better texture in the final product, and it also makes forming the patty just a bit easier.
Same thing with breadcrumbs, right?
We're gonna heat a pan on medium-high heat, and before we fry our patties, we have to toast our buns. This is gonna prevent them from going soggy. But after that's done, I'm gonna add a bit of oil and slap my tuna boy onto the pan and cook for about 2 minutes on each side.
Yeah, I guess the trick is to buy in bulk, I guess.
I like adding a touch of flaky salt to the patty. It just makes me feel fancy. It's the little things in life, guys. And after that, we're done with the hardest part. Now we gotta assemble. On this bottom bun, I added a yogurt and cilantro sauce that I made by combining yogurt and cilantro. Who would have thought? I would have added some lemon, but we're on a tight budget here. I'm adding my patty on top of that, and then some tomato and cucumber slices that of course I'm going to salt, before applying another layer of our lovely sauce. And then let's crown our lunch king. This thing is very satisfying, pretty nutritious, easy to make, and it cost me around $1.80, which is not a lot, but it does put us in a pretty difficult position for dinner. Alright, it's burger tasting time.
I guess this is a more premium option, you know, like $2, almost $2, I would say.
This burger, I think, is the capers. The capers work so well with the tuna. It does not feel like a cheap meal, I'll tell you that much. And I could have this for lunch every day. I would not mind this. Actually, I would like this. For dinner, I'm gonna go for some classic pasta. And pasta doesn't have to be expensive, and even if it's not, we do not have to sacrifice quality in the dish. This has to be one of my favorite pasta dishes ever. Just wait and see how amazingly simple this sauce is. First, you gotta take an onion and chop it up in one motion like this, otherwise it won't work. And in a significant amount of olive oil, we will start sweating our onion, as well as 2 cloves of garlic that I'm crushing using my garlic crushing device. That scrape is so satisfying. So after our aromatics become nice and fragrant, which means you can smell them and they smell nice, we're gonna add about 250 grams of cherry tomatoes and a very generous amount of salt. This will help the tomatoes break down faster. I also added some chili flakes because I was feeling spicy tonight.
Instead, I would
now
say.
You gotta be patient here, but to speed up the process, you can add just a tiny bit of water and top the whole thing with a lid. You only have to keep them there for about 6 to 7 minutes because after a while you'll notice them starting to get very mushy, and you can actually help them a bit by crushing them with your wooden spoon. Now, I forgot to mention, I also had some pasta cooking here, and unfortunately I had to buy a pretty cheap pasta, which actually does make a big difference in simple sauces like this one. I reserved some of the pasta water, which I'm adding to the pan right now. All that starch is really going to help the sauce become naturally thick and silky. And look at that, after just a couple of minutes it's starting to come together as a really nice tomato sauce, kinda like magic. If you do have a basil plant in your house, this would be a good time to exploit its labor. But of course, don't do it if you have to buy fresh basil because it's pretty expensive. It's not gonna fit this budget.
True.
Add your pasta and give it a little bit of a mix, a bit of a toss until the sauce is nicely
Use dry herbs as well.
And yeah, a really solid pasta dish. And I was feeling a bit fancy, so I topped it with some parm cheese. But don't tell anyone because I don't want to add that to the budget. Speaking of which, here's the price breakdown of this dish. This is actually one of the cheapest pasta dishes you can make. What I love most about this is the simplicity of the ingredients and how the sauce kind of comes together like magic. You would not think this would pack so much flavor. Woo! One too many chili flakes, but it's amazing. Whew, and yeah, that completes the day. Alright guys, and that was it for today. We tried going for $3 a day. We did go a bit over budget, but still under $4. So I'm just gonna call that $3, you know. Before I go, I want to tell you about my Discord server. If you want to be part of the community, interact with some lovely people, interact with me, and maybe be part of future videos in which I talk to my community directly, join the Discord server. It's all good fun. Just do it now. And also, please support my Patreon. It's just €4 a month. You get access to all sorts of exclusive things from me. It's a very good way to support me.
And yeah, so what I think of his video, I think it's really interesting that how he is able to make, like, I guess $1 a meal, except for, you know, the lunch meal that is more expensive, you know, like $2. But yeah, I guess for, you know, like cheap meals like that, yeah, he did a really good job. So let me know what, you know, how good of a job do you think he actually did, you know, down in the comment section below. And if you like this video so far, make sure to drop me a like to let me know, and you know, also comment down below what other videos I may check out next, and I'll be sure to do so. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to this channel, and also check out my live streams over at twitch.tv/easishplays if you'd like to be part of chat here and automatically be shouted out in my videos and see what I record next. But you know, thank you also so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video or live stream.